Yeah. Yeah, we're live now, buddy. We're going.
Oh, all right. Welcome to Fragmental.
New music take on random topics. That was a fucking disaster, but
Well, we're trying this new platform.
yeah. So kudos to Riverside FM, Riverside.fm. We're remote tonight, and we thought we'd try it. I heard good things about it. When I logged in, there was some big company that uses it to do their podcast with. So I thought, okay, let's give it a whirl.
Yeah, so far so good. I mean, it sounds great.
Yeah.
Sure, I just chopped up the beginning, but I mean, aside from that,
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's we'll call that a cold open. But we've got
all
cool things. We can do stuff like this now. So
that alone makes it worthwhile.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I would I'd pay $200 a month just to do this.
Right. Why don't you guys use the free platforms? Can they do this?
Technically, this is a free platform for the next 2 hours. So, but all in all, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So Riverside.fm.
Riverside.fm. I was looking. Zencaster has been good to us. No complaints there at all on Zencaster, but we're just giving Riverside a try.
Hey, we can give them both love.
Absolutely. Well,
look, I offer my services as voiceover work for either. So
I don't know if they have. Where's that voiceover guy?
Well, you had it. Remember,
I think it's
on
this
one of the. Yeah. This is a good jam.
Yeah. This is like 25 seconds long, so we're gonna be here a while.
Are they gonna have to Riverside?
Oh, that wasn't it. That was the transition.
It was the wrong one. All right.
I guess it was wrong.
Well, that was riveting audio.
It was.
I mean, it was a good jam, though.
Yeah, well, you know what? For the 6 listeners, and be like, holy shit, they got music now. We're actually stepping up in the world. We could do intro. No, that's intro music, so we could actually use that for as an intro.
Yeah, we can play around with it.
Yeah,
but,
we'll figure it out.
It's nice to have some sound effects. Yeah, we'll have to play around with that. See if we can have our own, because that, you know what would be hilarious, like if we drop some of our funniest sound bites. So like in the middle is like, fuck you, Ice Mountain.
Well,
hey, that would be awesome.
Fucking Ice Mountain, I sent you that thing on the Pure Life, or was it Pure Life, where it had like magnesium citrate in it that makes you shit your pants. No, they use that to harden concrete.
Yeah, right.
That's in water. What the fuck is that in water for? Yeah.
And not to mention, isn't that tap water in the Nestle Pure Life or whatever? That's what I've heard. It's tap water.
Yeah, it's essentially tap water, right? Filtered tap water.
So is that all those things that are added? Is that just the fluoride and shit that's in normal tap water?
I don't think so. It doesn't. I mean, it would say fluoride if it was.
Yeah, that's true. It wouldn't say other bullshit.
What was it?
You're
Citrate.
Right.
There was something else. Something that makes your stomach upset, and then something that sodium bicarbonate, which calms your stomach. They had like 3 things in it. One that fucks your stomach up, one that settles your stomach, and one that makes that you're used to harden concrete with.
At least they all work together. You harden the concrete. I really don't know what that does, but the upset stomach and calming stomach clearly are offsetting each other.
Yeah.
Maybe the calming or the concrete. I don't know what that has to do with anything. So you don't shit yourself. I don't know.
Switching gears. This is what I want to try. This is an experiment for our listeners. So if you listen to this podcast, I don't care if you listen to it for the 5 minutes you have at least 5 minutes to get to this point, or 20 minutes or whatever it may be. Send us just say I listened, just so we can, because I want to count the number of actual listeners we have. So we got Fragmental Twitter, we've got fragmental.co@gmail. You can send us an email. If you're on our Instagram page, which hasn't been updated in roughly 7 years, but that's on me. There's Instagram. Drop me DM us in that. DM us in Twitter if you feel like it, or just post to Twitter.
Or text us, if you know us directly.
Oh yeah, and if you know us directly, text us. Yeah, that's another one. If I have a number. So if you've listened to this, and we're under 5 minutes, so you have to listen. It's 4:57 right now.
Oh man, we're getting close here.
getting closer. You have to listen to Lisa's point. Send us a text. Send us IM us, whatever it may be. Just let us know you've listened, or I don't just turn the fucking thing on to hear our voices because you have to at least listen to this piece, and then we're actually going to count how many extra listeners we have. So
Yeah. We
not
believe
that I
it's
don't.
somewhere between 10 and 30.
I was going to go 10 and 300, but okay.
Well, I left the zero off by mistake.
Yeah,
It
exactly. You
happens.
drop. It's not like you to miss a zero. That's for sure.
No, you're right. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. So
It's fucked up, but
uh,
it's fair.
yeah, whatever. I was told I need to watch my swearing, so maybe that has to do
Well,
with
yeah, shit happens. Am I right?
fuck that. It's fine. Um,
Break my balls,
so
Dave. Break my
yeah,
balls.
we big my bub. I just saw a clip the other day of South Park where it was the best prank on Cartman. Cartman said that he got Butters by putting Butters' dick in his mouth. That makes Butters gay, and they're like, "No, Cartman, that makes you gay." And it was they going back and forth. It was actually pretty good. And then Stan or Kyle, I don't know. I think it was Kyle told him that Butters has to put Cartman's dick in his mouth, and then it cancels out the gayness. So
that sounds like sound logic.
yeah, it absolutely. I would think it would be too. Tit for tat, so to speak. So big news or semi big news for those of you that listen and don't know us, which would be weird. Is Mike's gone round right? Mike went through round 2 of COVID, and I went through round 1 of COVID. So
Yeah, we had to go to a work meeting in Vegas, so we'll talk about that as well. But yeah, we
yeah,
both got COVID out there. For those of you that are keeping score, we did not shit ourselves either of us. So
Mike is 1-0. And actually, you're what? 1-1
I'm
on that. You're 1-1.
I'm 1-1 or 1-for-2, I guess. Depending, I'm batting 500 there. So I mean, the odds are starting to get a little better in my favor. I'm convinced. All those that want to talk about the boosters, if one thing that the boosters are working, it is reducing the likelihood of shitting yourself with COVID. So I do think the boosters are doing something. They may not be curing COVID, but they are reducing the effects of the
The effects
symptoms.
of literally shitting yourself. Were
Namely
you
shitting your pants.
vaccinated when you got COVID or no?
I was not the first time. No. So at that point,
Oh,
they were only giving it to like first responders
got it.
or like, you had to be, I think, like old and like have other risk factors. So like 65 and older with diabetes, and left-handed or something. And
Hey,
then,
fuck you to the left hand. I'm left-handed.
hey, I'm ambidextrous. So, I mean, I resemble that.
Well, you
But
got to get
I
off
look
one way or another.
75, Yeah, that's
Um,
right. I can switch hands and gain a stroke. So,
Depending on which side the mouse is on.
So yeah, I mean that's the yeah. So I was not vaccinated for the first one, which back then it does. I mean, I can say it was way worse that time, not just because I almost died, but I mean, even like the parts where I was sick both times, the sickness was way worse the first time.
So so you're thinking it didn't, and they said the vaccines wouldn't cure it anyway. But the idea that you had the boosters, you got vaccinated, do you think that really helped kind of reduce
I do.
the
I
impact
think
of it?
it is, in my opinion, which I am not a doctor despite being Jewish.
Yeah,
And
well,
my
and
wife who
expect-
married me thinking I was going to be Jewish.
you were pre-med, so that counts for something, right?
Right. In her defense, I was Jewish and pre-med. She was, had a pretty solid hit rate there.
She was rolling the dice on that baby.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first or last time I've disappointed her. So, but yeah, so in my opinion, I do think it's a sign that the vaccines are working differently than initially thought, without a doubt. Like, I think that's the argument is, the people who in the beginning were like, you get this, you never have to worry about COVID again. Well, that's not true. But
That's science.
I mean, you look at it. Yeah. Well,
That's
no,
literally
but
that's literally like that's how science works. I mean, it's
yeah.
yeah.
No, you're right. 100% right. But I think you look at the death rates are going down.
Yeah.
The hospitalizations are going down. Don't get me wrong, people are still doing both of those things, but overall it's getting better. You're hearing when people get it, they're sick for a couple of days and then they move on about their business, and
Yeah.
this go around for me, and I know you can get into yours a little bit. For me, it was more of it was a bad sinus infection
Yeah.
for 3 days. It
Yeah.
wasn't, I had a fever for a night. They did put me on Paxlovid, which I do think helped. Given that I almost died last time, my doctor was like, "We got you covered, Paxlovid."
And then a
Why
guy,
they
and
kept
it's
saying
then
buy
a
AbbVie? They had like every time she's like, "Yeah, well, we're gonna go ahead and prescribe you Paxlovid by AbbVie." I'm like, "Why? Why do you keep adding a voiceover into this? Like, are you getting paid for that?"
a guy in a suit comes in and just drops a briefcase full of cash on her desk.
Right? It's almost like the member FDIC. Like
Yeah, exactly.
they just had to keep saying buy AbbVie every time. But no, I do think it worked. Like I said, it kind of knocked my symptoms out within 2 days, so I think it helped. But I mean, how
Yeah.
about you, man? Like this was your first go round. Like
Yeah. So,
how did you feel about it?
well, so we got back late. And then we saw a coworker like that took a different flight. It left literally 4 hours after us, landed at the same time. That was frustrating as fuck because it's 1 o'clock in the morning. And he's like,
Right, fuck that
"Hey."
guy, man.
Yeah. I was like, "Hey." And I'm like, "What do you
Hey,
do?"
Dave, and you're like, wait, man, fuck you.
Exactly. You left fucking 4 hours after we did. How did you get here faster? Um, because of all the travel I used to do for work back in the day, and even just traveling in general, actually more work related. I mean, when I do vacations, I can kind of set my own schedule, but I thought it was one of those kind of those. So when we got back Sunday morning at like 1 a.m., 1:30, 2 o'clock. Um, it was like scratchy throat, sinus pressure, that like stuff. I figured that was just travel. I mean, that's what
Yeah,
I do when I
traveling.
go
It was
through.
a long day for
It
sure.
was a long day for
Our
sure,
day
and
back was
whatever.
definitely a long
And
day.
then fucking Monday, holy crap. Headache, sinus pressure, scratchy throat. And then Monday night or Tuesday night, I think it was Monday night. I had a fucking like a literally like a migraine. I don't think I think it would actually classify as a migraine where I actually laid an ice pack on my
Oh
forehead.
man,
Um, but it was all from the shoulders up. No
yeah.
cough, no nothing. And then by Wednesday, I had a very very mild headache, like just a dull kind of pain, and by Thursday I felt great. And then I think
Awesome.
Friday I tested negative, and by Monday I tested positive again. But that's because my wife had it. So
Well, I'm glad it was uneventful for you guys. I mean, in
yeah,
all seriousness.
I'm just glad. First of all, I'm glad it was uneventful for you because you've already been through it, and you've went through the bad. Went through it the hardcore way. I'm just glad I didn't shit myself. So I'm 0 for 1 on that. As a matter of
One
fact,
of
I
'em-
think I went the opposite way. I don't think I shit for like 3 days. I might have been constipated.
the
I could
complete
have
opposite.
died. I could have died the other way, like by not
Yeah.
shitting.
Oh, could you imagine that?
Yeah.
Like COVID's so pissed off that we created ways to combat it. It's like, oh yeah, you want to fuck around? You're gonna you're gonna die the Elvis way, bitch. And
Is
yeah,
that a diamond in his ass? Nope, that's just compacted shit.
I mean, that's man. But no, I'm glad. Seriously. Oh,
Yeah.
and also one of my favorite stories was when you said your buddy who listens to the podcast was
Yeah.
like, man, God, I hope you don't shit yourself.
Yeah, exactly. When I told my buddies on my group guy text that I had COVID, he's like, "Well, don't shit yourself. Hopefully, you don't shit yourself." So kudos for him. Maybe I should get a text from him. He definitely listens. So, um, yeah, that's it. That was my first go around, but I have the antibodies now, and then I heard something about it. There's a new booster they've got out. The UK's doing it for BA4 and BA5. That they're
I
starting to
heard
give
there
out the
was one coming out
yeah.
this fall. Yeah.
Yeah. So that should be
So
coming. That should be ready for fall. So I don't know. I've read some stuff, some things that that's a Mike line. That really what they're trying to get to is they want to do like a nasal spray because that's where it
interesting.
starts. They kill the infection right at the beginning, right by where it starts, and you're kind of in your nose. But try to figure out a way to get, and it's again, we're back to science. It's like let's try to kill it at its base, right? So the variants
Yeah.
don't matter. But they've been trying that with the flu for decades, and that really hasn't seemed to work. So
I mean, truthfully, I think that's where we're going to go, and I'm okay with that. If I have to get my annual flu shot and booster,
yeah.
if that's what I got to do, that's what I got to do. And if it keeps me out of the hospital, I'm perfectly fine doing it.
Hey, this is how fucked people are today. Or I'm gonna say it. People are fucked today. Um, there's polio. Like polio was making a comeback. I'm like, did we what the
We
fuck?
eradicated it,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like, right, there's like, I don't know, probably in the hundreds of cases a year. And now, because people are stubborn,
Yeah,
I'll show you. Really? Like, yeah, you have polio now.
I
Congratulations.
put half of my retirement into iron lungs. I figured that might be a good investment if people are this fucking stupid.
Oh, hey man, it's
Anyway, but
for
Vegas
sure.
is Vegas. Look, we got out of Vegas with just COVID because fucking it's Vegas. We could have got out of there with a lot worse or a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
more. Yeah, something more.
Nobody mortgaged a house, on
Yes.
a craps game, or on the 49ers or anything, So
Well, it would have sucked wagering on the 49ers since it's technically the offseason. That's probably that's probably not a good bet.
Wait, did you say 49ers by 7? 30
Against
grand on it, man.
against who?
What's the statute of limitations on that bet, man? It's not even preseason yet.
they even they haven't even fucking cut teams yet. You're like you got $3,000 on the kicker. We don't even know if he's gonna be there in September. No.
Oh man.
That's the one thing like I gotta you and I want to get to the want to learn how to play craps better or just play craps in general. So
Yeah.
because
I
that
mean,
would have
we
been
did
yeah, that would have been
did a
fun.
little bit of gambling there, and that was the
Yep.
one, like, we watched some of the craps table. I know we've talked about that. Like, we want to go to the casino here. Like, we're watching YouTube videos. We're like prepping, and we're like,
Yeah.
okay, we're gonna go. We're gonna go with a few $100s, and we're gonna craps it up, and hopefully
Yeah.
we've got it figured out by then.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll have it figured out by then. Otherwise we're down about it, well, you and I are probably pretty smart. Like I don't see us play like, oh man, just one more time. Let me go back to the ATM and get $4,000 out. I don't think that's gonna happen. One of us will
No.
keep the other one sane.
Well, and that's one thing we joke about me being a degenerate. But one thing I've always been good about when I go to the track, I've only been in the casino a couple times, is, I go like, okay, I've got whatever, $300 in my pocket. This is it. If I lose this, this is it for the night. If I go home with money in my pocket, I consider that a win. So, that's a lot of people are like, so you lost $250 and you think you won.
Well,
And
that's
I'm
me.
like,
I say that
I
to you all
didn't
the
go
time.
home broke, so fuck yeah, I did.
Yeah. No, I see it. My problem is I'm good at the casino not hitting the ATM. I'm horrible at a strip club not hitting the ATM. That's the fucking problem.
Well, I mean, hey, you got to pay to see it. I mean, that's
You got to pay to play. That's all. That's all. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, they're very strategic with what comes off there, and
I told you
you're just, you're
I
trying to
told
play
you
the odds there.
the story of my bachelor party trip to Poland, right? I told you that, didn't I?
I think I don't remember. Go ahead.
So we're fucking hammered, and I had like absinthe, right? That was the one where we're in some dungeon bar in where the hell were we? Poland, Krakow, Poland. So that place has been there since like 12 BC. I mean, it's just like all the buildings are that old. And we did start doing shots of absinthe. What isn't like absinthe here? It's like the true absinthe, which is bordering on a hallucinogenic.
That's what, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't know what absinthe is.
Yeah, it's a alcohol, but it's got some other properties to it. And
So
then we
like
ended
kind
up
of
in the
like
strip.
ayahuasca, like kind of that kind of stuff.
I have no idea.
Okay, keep going. I'm not contributing to the conversation at this point.
Yeah, you're trying, and you know what? The kudos to you for that. Hang on, I should hit the meow meow meow. I got to tee that shit up. And we ended up it's some weird strip club where it was like in this building. I can't remember all of the details of it, but they had it literally was like a scene out of like the Born Identity or some fucking thing. Like you got to go up to see it. I think there were like Russian security guards. It was fucking. I was actually a little nervous, and I don't. And then we go in there and you start, I'm running out of money. So I go up to the ATM and I'm hammered. So I'm like, give me $300. But there's a fucking exchange rate. So I'm getting hit with the exchange rate, the fucking ATM fees, which are obscene anyway, even in the States, compare even, you know what I mean? And now I'm in fucking Poland. I got the exchange rate and I got, dude, that like I get $300 out. I think it cost me like $450.
Oh
Um,
man.
and then I'm hammered. I get back to the hotel room and I call my wife, and it's like 6 a.m. here. It's three, no, it's later than that. Whatever it was. The fucking phone call cost me like $400 because I'm fucking. I spent more just stupidly. Um,
Right. And it was your bachelor party, right? Shouldn't you like
no, it wasn't my bachelor
you
party. It was
oh, it wasn't
my
yours
brother.
or
No,
someone else's.
my bachelor party was in Vegas. It wasn't in Krakow, Poland, which would have been
Okay.
badass. But
No, I thought
nobody
you were
would have
having
went to it.
multiple. No, I thought you had
Mm-mm.
multiple. That's fine. I
Mm-mm.
mean, you had multiple weddings, so it's a fair assumption.
Yeah, I know. Mine was in Vegas. Where was your bachelor party? Did you have a bachelor party?
No, I didn't because when you have a kid,
Oh yeah,
at
yeah.
the
That's
age
a,
of
I keep
19 and before you get married, I mean, the whole bachelor party thing kind of, yeah, you know,
yeah.
which was fine. I mean, I think I've told you this before. Our wedding consisted of my wife and I, the guy who married us, and a bum drunk passed out on a park bench. So
Awesome.
that was our wedding. And we're just laughing at the guy passed out, and we're like, this is so us. So yeah. So we definitely didn't do all the big stuff. So
Yeah, I did.
now that I've brought it down, yeah. So
That's all right.
anyway, yeah.
Anyway, so back to Vegas. So back to Vegas and gambling. So yeah, we got to get over to the casino and see if our YouTube learnings can yield us some coin. So
Yeah, I mean, we played some blackjack. That was
Mhm.
fun.
Yep, we had the fucking dance club right next to us.
I mean, they played some decent music. I mean,
Yeah, it wasn't.
I'm a '90s rap guy, so there was a lot of Tupac in there, some Usher. It was good. I mean, it was people watching was interesting. The one of my favorite parts was you were like, I don't think I'm gonna see that like $5,000 prostitute while we're here, and then one proceeds to walk by us, and I'm like, I think that was her.
Yeah, the call girl. I think they're call girls.
Yeah.
They're
My mistake.
prostitute. No, call girls are you call maybe that classifies the prostitute. I don't know. They're.
What's
I think
your
what they.
joke? They're not.
Oh,
They're not hookers.
that's from Archer. From Archer, it's like they're call girls until they're dead. Then once they're dead, they're hookers. So they're only hookers after they're dead. That's a line out of Archer because he's talking to his manservant.
So I mean, we weren't approached. I mean, I don't know.
Which is a
That
little
was
disheartening.
A little disheartening. Yeah, that was. I'm like, damn, I'm that bad.
Just
I mean, Dave, you're way better looking than me. So I mean, that was that was hurtful.
I mean, I give him $5 just for the effort. You know what I mean? Just to be like, hey,
Yeah.
thanks. I'm not interested, but you know what? Thanks for making my night. I appreciate it. I did have one the last time we were in Vegas for work. It was like fucking 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning. I was going to catch the bus to get back to the airport, and I had one coming into the I don't know what hotel we were in, the Venetian. And she's like, "Hey, baby, you want to have some fun?" I'm like, "I got my fucking roller bag and I'm heading for the exit." And I'm like, "No, I don't." Other than the fact that I've got a plane to catch and you're hideous. No, that's not what happened.
Well, you know what? I think they were trying to go for like hoping to find that guy who was planning a blast off while he was there, and the opportunity never presented itself. And she's like, "Hey, you want to go ahead and get that off there?
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes over there in the porta potty. Let's do it. Like that's."
Yeah. Ugh. Fuck. Well, we were in the hotel, so it probably could have been a bathroom, but
yeah. Well, yeah. There's a public bathroom on the first floor, so I'm sure it's seen more than a chair of action.
Oh, I'm sure.
Probably that week.
Probably. Yeah. The fucking the maintenance guy's like, "Oh, god damn it, not again."
Well, at least you got it in the condom this time, buddy. Appreciate it. Yeah.
It's the shit all over the wall I got to deal with.
But yeah, I mean, that was fun. Getting to go do some of that. I mean,
Well,
I'm
just
a gambler. We went to the sports books, did not bet on sport, but I mean, it was kind of cool being there.
yeah,
I mean, this was my first time in Vegas, so I mean, it was. Yeah, I think a lot of people were blown away by that. Like, really,
yeah.
you?
I
This is your
was.
first time?
I literally, when you told me that, I picked myself up off the floor because I fell over. I was like, "What the fuck,
Yeah, most people are like, you're a degenerate, borderline
gambler?"
alcoholic. Isn't this kind of your like mecca?
This falls in your wheelhouse.
Sam Rothstein, like this is literally your thing.
Yeah, Sam Ross. There you go, Sam Rothstein. Got the old Sam Rothstein reference.
It was good. I mean, we got some work done while we were there.
Yep. Got to see
Yeah,
everybody. That was always a plus. Getting everybody there.
yeah, got to see everybody. Got to see, quite a few people I haven't seen in a long time. That was cool. Um, got to see somebody we know violate a waitress. That was pretty interesting. If you want to go
Twice,
ahead
I
and kick
think.
that one off. Yeah.
Twice. Yeah, we had a weird. It's kind of funny because there's always there's always the one night where everybody just goes out and gets kind of fucked up. And
Yeah.
that was it Thursday? I think it was that Thursday night was the
Yeah, I
night.
think
Yeah,
it was
because
Thursday.
we had Friday
Thursday,
night and everybody's
Thursday.
leaving
Yeah, it was
Saturday,
Thursday,
right?
Thursday, yeah.
So usually Fridays are probably pretty tame. I think some of the other teams were leaving like the next day anyway, so they kind of all worked out. But yeah, our waitress, I forgot what her waitress name, but I don't think it was a real name because it was real
Oh yeah, it was
strippery.
definitely like a
Yeah,
Jasmine,
or
like it wasn't
Monique.
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 Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go, Monique. Yeah,
Monique. She didn't look like a Monique. Is all I'm saying. And she did say she was a go-go dancer. So
yeah.
that's a pretty broad term. So we'll leave it at that.
But it means something different in Vegas. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah,
That
it means
is
something
that is
different.
a different term in Vegas than it is
And
in Columbus, Ohio.
and I'll tell you something. I would have whatever go-go place she used to dance at, I'd go and see her because she wasn't. I mean, she looked like she could dance and she looked okay.
Oh, for sure.
Pretty good. So anyway, one of our friends asked her if her boobs were real, and she's like, "Yeah," and she just went up and started poking them, just like boop, 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 boop. And she's like, "Yep, they're real." And
full on double guns, man.
yeah,
Just
full on
bam,
double
bam,
gun,
bam.
just bam, 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 bam. So, and she was like, "Wow, thank you." And then the waitress went away, and we were like, "What just fucking happened?" And I think we asked her if hers were real, and I think she said no, absolutely not. So we got that out of the way. And then, go ahead.
One of my favorite parts was when the waitress came back and was
Yes.
like, "I didn't even tell her yes."
Yeah.
And referred to her as Titty Girl the rest of the night, which was also hilarious.
Yes, you mean Titty Girl. So,
Yeah.
now, in fairness to Titty Girl, there was several cocktails and drinks and wines and whatever, so she wasn't feeling any pain. So she was, which is, you know what, we all got together. It's a good release, right? So you get a lot of people that really. What about one of our other coworkers that said he was leaving and walked around the bar 4 or 5 times?
Right. It was like, yeah, all right, I'm leaving you guys. And we're like, we know.
Exactly.
You've been at this for 15 minutes.
This is
Like,
the 4th time you've told us you're leaving.
You just achieved your steps goal, literally walking around the bar.
Yeah. Well, that's funny. But
I mean, yeah, I was just saying, I mean, it was people watching is always good at a bar. Oh. And I mean, there was like that one vendor, right, was completely like the one girl's passed out on the couch beside her friend. Yeah. I mean, it was, and it was
we're getting, I didn't see it, but our other female coworkers like, did you see that? And I'm like, no, but I guess she fell over and the dress came up and you could see all the way up to the nether regions. So you and I missed out on that one.
Yeah, we did. But hey, I mean, it's Vegas or whatever, I guess.
What happens there stays there.
That was, I love the reaction though. I didn't even tell her yes.
You mean Titty Girl?
And then what was also hilarious is, I don't know, which by the way, in defense of Titty Girl, she actually held it up pretty well. Like up until that point, I had no idea that she was hammered. Like, holding perfectly fine conversations. I
Not
mean,
slurring her words,
yeah, no one eyeing it. I mean, I think we were.
one
I
eyeing
mean,
it.
yeah. Well, that in my family would drink until they'd get the old, "Hey, Mikey," like, yeah.
What are they, fucking pirates? I mean,
Well, they didn't,
arr.
but yeah, they would drink enough till they were one eyeing it. It's hey, it's a family thing, I suppose. Okay, so maybe she wouldn't one eye it because she's not in my family, but the point is she was holding it up really
No,
well.
yeah, right.
Like we had no, I mean, right, we were as inappropriate as anybody would expect from us because I mean we're just this way all the time.
Yeah. And alcohol
Um,
doesn't help.
oh yeah, right. The little filters we do have typically go away. But yeah, she was like, I had no idea, and then that happened, and it was like, whoa,
Yeah.
I did not see that coming.
And then we happened to look up, and Titty Girl was, I think, working an angle on the other waitress that
Oh yeah,
was
she
also
definitely.
would be considered Titty Girl as well too, because she was stacked as she
Oh,
had
she
some
was packing
girls.
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, she was packing.
Yeah. She absolutely was trying to close that deal. Was denied, which may have hurt her psyche. I don't know.
I
You know what?
wish.
I think it did. Oh no, I thought it was. I believe that was confirmed by Monique that she was trying to close the deal with Monique's friend. The friend didn't
Really?
seem too interested. Yes.
I didn't. When was
Um,
that? When was that conversation? Because I didn't see that one.
I don't know. I I
You,
know I was not that hammered that I made this up.
okay.
So,
I
yeah,
yeah. I
that
mean,
because I that was another like if that kind of blown away. Like, no, what? Like, she she's trying to close the deal. Like, okay, just all right. Like which lots of people do a month after they get married. So,
it's an open relationship. Yeah. She was Titty Girl was funny.
yeah, I mean that was. And I love you said like she had, and I don't know if this was on purpose or not, but like strategically placed glasses of
I
wine throughout the
I
bar.
I feel like there was like a glass of wine on one table, a glass of wine on another table, a glass of wine. I feel like she had like she would just order another drink. I remember Monique coming up and trying to give me one of our other coworkers like highfalutin Manhattans to put it on my tab. I'm like, fuck no, he's paying for that himself. I'm not putting that on my tab. But I did have a weird. I mean, I usually when I check out or sign out, I usually use the tip and round up so it's an even number, right? So if it's $25 and I'll do the tip at I'll do 20%.
Yeah, if it's
Let's say.
25, 30,
Yeah. So
you'll
then I
round up
add
to
like 70
26,
cents and it might
and
be
then
like
yeah,
$19, 19%, or it might be like 22%, whatever. It's in that range. But it's an even number. But I have one charge for $15.46. I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? So that may be a glass of wine.
oh, without a doubt, it definitely was because well, you also had said like because I think you and I had about the same amount,
Yeah, roughly.
and but your
Which
bill was way more than mine, so you
which wasn't a
definitely
lot.
no.
I mean, we didn't drink a lot. I mean, I had maybe 5 drinks.
Yeah, I mean, no, we were having a good time, but I
Yeah.
mean, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't one of those deals like, we were hitting shots and buying shots for the room or anything like that.
Right.
I mean, I
Thank
bought a
God.
few drinks for folks, but I mean, it wasn't like a couple of them was like, well, this person bought me a drink. The least I could do is give it back.
Yeah.
That
I
kind
mean,
of deal.
yeah, my tab was up a little bit because I opened it up to a couple other people. So it wasn't. I'm not upset at the amount that was on there. Just that one weird charge in there. But
Oh, I
um,
guarantee you paid for some of those drinks.
oh,
Because
probably
she did come back and was like, again,
that she did get awful
where's
friendly
Titty
with
Girl?
me. So maybe that's why. She was like telling me how not funny I was, and I mean, she got a little aggressive. So
Monique or Titty
with her
Girl?
tood. What's that?
Monique or Titty Girl?
Titty Girl.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I was
Monique.
gonna say,
Are you kidding
I was
me?
gonna
I'm
say,
tipping
she was
Monique.
super friendly the whole night.
Yeah, I'm tipping Monique. Monique's gonna tell me how fucking wonderful I am and how great
That's
I am. And
true.
like, yeah, she would. And she was a go-go dancer, so she knows how to
Like,
work the room.
she's way into me. Oh, you mean like the other 9 people that she just
Yeah,
told the same
exactly.
damn story to?
I think she likes me. Um, But anyway,
You're right. She was getting, you're not funny.
yeah,
Mike's funny. You're not funny.
yeah, you're not funny. I'm like, hey, I think I am. You just don't get it. So,
As I'm laughing hysterically, because you handled it like a champ.
oh yeah, yeah. The fact that she literally came out and said to me that she was hitting on me, and I was like, I know. And uh, that was so funny.
you're,
She,
you're kind of cute. I'm more adorable than
yeah,
anything.
yeah. She goes, "You're cute," and I said, "I think I'm more adorable than cute." And I think so at that point she, yeah,
I
that,
mean, that had me cracking up. So, like, when I told my wife the story,
yeah,
she's like, "Oh my god! Like, what did Dave do?" And I'm cracking up, and I'm like, he's Dave. So he was a complete asshole about it. So it made the whole exchange absolutely hilarious because like you weren't asshole in like a belligerent way, but
right,
like in the kind of just smart ass snarky way.
yeah, which
So
is
I am
me all the time.
cracking up at the whole exchange.
Yeah, that was
Because I
it.
mean
Was
you're
kind. It was kind
yeah,
of funny because there was a moment where I was like, if I wanted to go down that road, there was a second where I was like, I could easily go down the road that I shouldn't be going down. And then I was like, you know what? It's not worth it. And I'm not that guy and all that other stuff. And uh it it then so that's why I was being kind of just to kind of just play with it a little bit. Although I
yeah.
did say to you later, um, that I had a better response than when she said you're adorable. What was the word I was what was the other one? Um, it wasn't cute, it was something else.
I don't remember.
I don't remember now. I was like I came up with a better I can't kind of came up with a better line. Um, but
Hey, and
anyway,
honestly, I thought your lines were were perfect. Um,
it was fun.
Because yeah, I mean it was like you were completely shooting it down and just like that was I thought what made it so funny. Um yeah, I mean also, I mean at that point it was clear like whether she's wearing it well or not, she's hammered.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it wouldn't have been good and everything that's happened at other to other types of these events. I mean, that would have been my job. It could have been my job and a bunch of other things. So,
Yeah.
it's just
No,
like,
it was
yeah, that's why. I mean,
absolutely.
you luckily you guys were there because I remember when she got up, looking over at our other coworker, and I would like mouth to her like, "I got a story to tell you," and I was just like, then that's when Titty Girl left, and then I was like, oh, this is what it is, and I was like, oh my god. So, but it's just it's the state we're in anyway too. So,
Yeah.
um, it wasn't it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't have been good for me career wise or personal wise, and it wouldn't have been good for her because to your point, like later she would have been like when she sobered up the next day, it would have been like, oh, I can't believe I did it. You know what I mean? So
Oh, for sure. Like
so
that's look, hey, and we said at the time, like, look, we've all been hammered and done stupid shit. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
absolutely.
Like, so it's not, yeah, nothing. I guess I can't say nobody was violated because Monique was, but
Yeah.
but I
Well,
mean, over, yeah.
yeah, I guess that classifies as violation.
Oh,
So
I mean, because let's be
well,
100% honest here. You or I do that,
yeah,
we're arrested,
yeah, we're arrested.
plain and simple.
The interesting part is when Monique said, "Well, I never said yes. I wanted. We didn't think quick enough to go, but you didn't say no." So
You know what? Because I'm sure she deals with it all the time.
oh, and worse.
Oh, for sure. Right. Because she probably does get the like, ridiculous hammered guy who is just
Yeah,
gross and
yeah,
everything else. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, she handled it, I guess, like a champ as far as like she played along. So, because actually, I think we both tipped her well. Like, you know what? She played that so well. Like, like, I feel like we're obligated to tip her better for that.
yeah. Just dealing with that kind of shit. So
Yeah.
um,
Oh, and then the guy, like, I can just keep because what was great about the guy doing the laps for his farewells
yeah,
was like he would leave, then more stupid shit would happen with Titty Girl,
yeah.
and then he'd come back. Like it
It
was
was,
so deja vu for like half hour
and
span.
he was hammered, like blottoed, slurry, drunk, hammered.
Oh yeah,
So
he was smashed.
and
Uh, yeah,
and
yeah. He came up, just gave me a big hug.
yeah,
Like not even like the handshake hug thing. Like it just came up like it's my brother who I haven't seen in months. Like right, like my
yeah.
brother, my brother just got back from Iraq. Like it was one of those kind of hugs, and it was like, oh, okay, hey, good to see you
Hey,
too, buddy.
yeah, exactly. Why you grab my ass? That's weird.
Right. Hey, I'm not Monique, man. Take it easy.
Take it easy. But you know what? But it's one of those first time events where everybody was kind of back together and people just blowing off steam. Um,
Yeah,
just to be out. And,
other than getting COVID, honestly, it was a good time.
yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
I mean, like I said, my first time in Vegas. I mean, I'll be honest, it wasn't like such an amazing place that I feel like I got to go back. I'm sure I will at some point, but I mean, it was a good time.
Yeah, you
The
got
gambling was fun. The scene. I mean, July's. I mean, my good. It was
yeah.
even in the middle of the night, it was 96 degrees.
Yeah, I think that when we were walking to the and I didn't even know that the where were we? Mandalay Bay. I didn't even realize. Well, first of all, Mandalay Bay is a fucking city all by itself.
Oh, it was
Um,
huge.
but I didn't realize that Mandalay Bay, the Luxor, and is it New York, New York, or there's a third
Well,
one in there.
New York, and Excalibur,
Excalibur. That's I was thinking of Excalibur.
but
They're all
they're
connected
all
underneath.
in New York, New York, which you never made it
Um,
our way over to, which I'm a little disappointed. I kind of wish we would have now.
I think it's tough to do in that situation because, well, again, it's July. We were taking the tunnel over to Luxor or whatever it was, and it was 103
Yeah.
degrees outside, and it was literally 8 o'clock at night.
Oh, it was later
Um,
than that at that point. Like I
yeah.
think it was probably 11 because right we met up at the one bar, had some drinks. There was just a few of
Oh
us,
yeah, yeah,
and
that's true.
then and then we were like, hey, you guys want to gamble? Which so then like our group cut in half. Um, and then that was when so it was probably 11 when we started working our way out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, again though, we're talking 100 degrees at 10, 11 o'clock at night.
It's tough, and it's tough in those. I know some people went out and they saw shows and stuff, but when you've got to technically work all day, then have dinner, and then you really you semi can go out and enjoy yourself. It depends, I guess. But if you're gonna go back to Vegas like when the weather's decent, where you get out and walk around, and you can actually see the sights and go do other
Yeah.
things. You didn't have time to go do that stuff. So, I
Oh no,
mean,
we were on at all times.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
I mean, I had a friend who went and saw Daniel Tosh, which I thought that would have been cool. I'm a Tosh fan.
yeah.
Um, so that, and he went to the late show, so it's a better one. He said it was
Where
awesome.
where was that?
It was actually, I don't even know if it was on the strip. Maybe it was, but I think it was on the other way because I think it took him a while to get there. But he said it was an awesome show. And then, of course, you have all the Vegas shows. I mean, we're passing it all and seeing signs for all the
Yeah,
different residencies, Blue Man Group, with the Cirque du Soleil, all kinds of different
Celine
Cirque
Dion.
du Soleil ones. Yeah, Celine Dion. I'm really disappointed we didn't go to that. My heart really will go on.
Now I could cue that up. Now we could just do a clip from that, but I can't now. All I got is this.
I mean, that's pretty good, though. I mean,
Yeah, I think so. That's Celine Dion esque.
I mean, what are we gonna do? Yeah, I mean it's a classic movie, I guess. I had a friend who saw it like 5 times, different girls every time, and we're like, dude,
For
did you?
Titanic? Was that
Yeah,
Titanic?
yeah. And we're like,
Wow.
you had to have acted it out for her by the 5th time, right? like at that point, you'd think you're so bored, you'd be like, yeah, I don't know if you knew this. The boat doesn't make it. That was the best part. Like the people at the end of that movie that are like, I was really hoping they'd make it, and you're like, you're fucking with me, right?
Exactly.
Like this is the most well-known boat crash of all time.
Yeah, this is literally history. Like the overarching movie is history. I don't know about the pieces in between, but what fucking school do you go to that nobody talked about the Titanic sinking?
Right. like I said, most famous boat crash of all time. That and the one there was like the 7 people that crashed on that boat, where the one bald dude like didn't brace himself and he goes flying across the boat. You know the one I'm talking about? Like Family Guy spoofed it. And it was fucking
Sorry.
boat crashes, am I right? You know?
I gotta find that one with a dude's voice. Maybe it's this one.
Powered by Riverside FM.
Yeah, man, fuck that guy. Seriously. Like, man, this is my turn. This is my goddamn podcast, and he's over there on my shit.
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, he's also
What was
getting
it?
paid by
Riverside FM. See, that's way better.
It is. Wait till
I
Craig
did
gets
that.
on, then you'll be put to shame.
Oh, you know what? He's gonna try to outvoice me, and it's probably gonna piss me off.
I'm just gonna sit in the corner and drink.
You know what? It's probably a solid thing there.
My lisp.
Whatever. But yeah, it's you know what? I have a friend who runs a series of radio stations, and I forget how we got on the subject, but they were talking about like, oh yeah, you know, on the weekend, you know, we don't have DJs on, like it's all computerized. And I'm like, so do you just? Because I was like you don't even have somebody there who's just going, you know, 99.7 the Blitz. And which it's not the Blitz, you know, Spoon Man on 99.7 the Blitz, and the whole room when I did that, they were like, "What? That sounded real." And I'm like, guys, I have a face for radio. I do not believe, you know, that should be new. And then I'm looking at the guy like, right.
Everybody around me thinks it's a good idea. Just saying.
Just have me be the weenie in the butt guy. Yeah.
With your buttons so you can go
99.7, 99.7, 99.7.
What's the other
Blitz.
Oh, this seems like this is literally our intro music. This should be our intro music.
I do kind of like it. It's a little funky.
Yeah, actually,
Got a little setback guitar there.
I can back it down so we can talk over.
Oh, you could even, yeah. I do kind of like that. Now you could welcome to Fragmental.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
a good one. What's the?
Actually, I do kind of like that.
Oh, that's the transition. Well, this is an intro too. Nah, that's that no.
Powered by Riverside.
Oh, get that bullshit off.
This one. This is definitely the one.
Welcome to Fragmental. Right. Do I do it in my normal welcome to Fragmental, or do I need to do the hey, welcome to Fragmental?
No, you gotta do it in a normal fragmental. But yeah, I gotta turn it down, but something like that.
That is a dope bass line.
Yeah.
I mean, no joke,
tonight's episode. You got this
tonight's
going.
episode,
Like,
Fragmental.
yeah. Fragmental. Tonight's episode featuring nobody.
Yes. No, you're right though. I mean, that would be good right there.
Yeah. With
We've got Dave and Mike talking about Vegas, featuring Titty Girl.
Special guest star in the studio, Cher.
Oh,
Why are we
man.
the funniest with at 48 minutes? Where the fuck? I mean, that would have been genius to open the show.
Yeah. Oh man, that's Cher.
I don't know. I was trying to think of some fucking obscure, like William Shatner. You know what I mean? Something, like, why the fuck would he be on? Oh, you know what it is? This is a good. Here, I'm gonna do it again. So everybody that's listening, all 6 of you, you can get ready. So it's like, oh wait, is it going? No. Here we go. So you got like welcome to Fragmental, and it's just like on tonight's episode, Dave talks about this, Mike talks about this, special guest star William Shatner, musical guest the Stones or Toto. That's better. Toto. Oh, you know what I heard the other day? Saga. And the musical guest Saga.
That's better, like an obscure '80s group. Like
Yeah,
Saga,
like
Survivor, something
Yeah.
like that. Like that's
Or LaBouche in the studio.
Oh.
LaBouche.
Not to
I
be
think
confused with Ted Kaczynski.
Yeah. Now that we've completely overused the fucking media, well, we know we got it for next time.
Oh, I'm excited for it. I mean, now
Yeah.
that actually is a dope jam to
Yeah.
lead us in.
I'm wondering if we can do it when we're live, but maybe not.
Do we have to have the guy saying "powered by Riverside," or can I say that for them?
You can say that. Well, this tune 6 is the one we keep playing over and over and over and over again.
And that one, I think, actually didn't say "powered by."
No,
Riverside,
it doesn't say anything
so I
about
can say
Riverside.
that.
This is the one.
Riverside FM.
There's that one, and then there's another. This Riverside intro. This one. This one has it too.
Powered by Riverside.
Fragmental. Oh, no. You got to do it the other way. You got to go this way. Powered or Fragmental. And then the guy
Powered
comes
by
in. Powered by
Riverside.
Riverside. You got to say Fragmental. Powered by Riverside.
Yeah. So, but I'm gonna do that. Not hit that guy.
You need to do it. You need to do it on this one. Yeah.
Yeah, we got to time this out. And definitely, I do like your true Tonight Show intro.
Yeah, exactly.
Tonight, the fellas talk about Vegas, Titty Girl, and what happens doesn't necessarily stay there.
Hence the stories we just told tonight.
Yeah, we used aliases. Nobody will ever know.
Yeah.
Besides Monique.
Because I know, because
who's
we
an avid
definitely told
listener.
we definitely told Monique about our podcast.
Because she never hears that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, all right, man. Good 50 some odd minutes of content here. I'm glad.
Good to get back at it. I know we planned on doing this sooner, but then the Rona kind of once again did its part to delay the show.
When was the last one we did? That was July, right? First part of July.
I think so. So because
then-
I mean our
then
goal is
yeah.
You're right. Then we went to work, and then our goal was to do it that Tuesday after.
Yep.
And then we were all sick.
Yep. And then this is finally the first opportunity we've had. So
yeah.
all right. Well, thanks, Mike.
Thanks, Dave.